From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBICD PrimeTime Capper, and it is that time for the premier sports betting show. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling the same. And, man, it is Thursday. We are almost to the weekend. And, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a pretty good weekend as well, too. But let's go ahead and talk about last night's game. Last night's game was an absolute, man, I'm telling you, that was a classic. Trae Young goes for 48 points last night. He's the first. He's one of three to go for that situation for his first playoff, and also for his age, 22 years old. That's just absolutely amazing what Trae Young did last night, guiding his team to victory last night. Milwaukee led most of the way, but last night Trae Young in the clutch came up huge. John Collins as well, too. It was a beautiful team effort that occurred for the Hawks. And the Hawks last night put everybody on notice that, you know, they're not getting lucky with these wins or anything like that. These are good team wins, and you have to survive them. That's the whole thing. And they're doing a great job of it. And I think that, man, sky is the limit for this Hawks team. The Hawks have a lot of value, 7-1 to win the title. At one point, we're 10-1, but money's starting to pile in on the Hawks as well, too. The Trae Young factor is huge right now, so everybody buckle up their seats. This is going to be a great series. This is going to go to distance, in my opinion. I think this series goes 7, and be ready. You know, both of these teams had to fight real hard to get here, and they're going to fight even harder to get to the NBA Finals. So that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm thinking. And pretty much we move on to our next. And this is going to be, do the Rockets have a chance to make a franchise turning move with drafting Evan Mobley? So Evan Mobley should be the second pick in the draft coming up this week. Coming up in a few months. And reason being is because Evan Mobley is the complete player that the Houston Rockets need for the future. They already have Michael Porter Jr., who scored 50 points in a game. And they got a good core young players. Next year, they won't be too worried about making the playoffs, things of that nature. But if you bring Evan Mobley in, Evan Mobley gives you a chance to win some games that you ain't going to win next year, you know, that you wouldn't win if he wasn't on the team. So I really do like this kid. I think this kid can do a lot of big things for the Houston franchise. I think everything works out perfectly for this franchise as well, too, because you have Hakeem Olajuwon was the man that got the number for them as well, too. And I just think that a lot of things are going to work out very well and get them to the next level, man. And that's exactly what we're going to go do. You know what I mean? I think that Evan Mobley presents the 5-star tool, everything, USC Pac-12 hoops. Last time they had a Pac-12 guy who was a big-time Pac-12 guy, it was James Harden. James Harden had nothing but good things happening for him, and then you'll still have John Wall there as well, too. So everything is going to work out very well for the Rockets' future. I think that they did everything the correct way this year. You know, they new coach, superstar was sent to another team, and he didn't finish the season very well either. So it would have been the same issue with the Rockets this year as well, too, because James Harden came into the season kind of a little unhealthy. So now things should be very, very, very good for the Rockets because now they have a clean slate. and they can start all over again. Every time the Rockets have somewhat of a revamp and franchise, they always wind up doing pretty good. And they've been known to turn some guys into some stars over the years as well, too. So I do like what's happening here for the Houston Rockets. I think they had the blessing in disguise because any team drafting first is going to force themselves to marry that into a marriage with Cade Cunningham. But if you've been drafted second and down, you do have options. But this is the best option right here. So why would you pass up on the best option? So it is what it is at the end of the day. And pretty much there it is. So we move on, and we got a big fight coming up this weekend on pay-per-view. You got Gervonta Tank Davis coming back around to fight Mario El Azteca Barrios in Atlanta on Showtime. Who wins the fight? Well, the thing is with this fight right here, you have yourself Tank Davis, who's about 5'4", 5'5", 5'6". Mario Barrios, I've interviewed this guy 3 times. I've interviewed him in person twice. And Mario is the same height as me, just a couple inches taller. I'm 5'11". He's 6 foot. So this is going to be a good fight because you have Mario Barrios, a guy who's naturally at 140 pounds with big power, who could be who can pretty much take his power to the middleweight division when it's all said and done. He can go through that ride. But this is kind of like the last hurrah for old Tank Davis. He could probably fight up at 147, but that's where he's probably going to have his career at. You know what I mean? Where he goes from being a featherweight to a welterweight, just like his mentor, Floyd Mayweather. So pretty much this right here is going to be a very good fight. They've already had the press conferences and everything today, and that worked out pretty well too. There's a lot of things going into the fight, and both these guys are very pumped up for it. But Tank Davis is a huge favorite in this fight for all good reason as well, too, because he's Tank Davis. He's the one supplying the crowd here. He's the one making is who Showtime's going to be all the way behind. But Mario Barrios is a kid that doesn't really care about any of that. Mario wants to go out there and win this fight and solidify his career moving forward. So this isn't an easy fight for Tank Davis at all. He's jumping up from 2 weight classes as well, too, to fight Mario Barrios here at the 140 division. But he wants to prove some things. He wants to prove that he can be in this division and he can fight, and actually put himself in the sweepstakes to fight Josh Taylor, who could be the biggest fight in all of boxing coming into next year, because the thing is, he's a unified champion with a whole lot of belts, and this will be a good crossover fight for Top Rank and Mayweather Promotions, who never have an issue really making a fight with each other as well, too, with their ties going all the way back from when Floyd was on the Top Rank roster for a good decade. So when you look at this one, you say to yourself, this one is going to be another classic fight. You hope that everything works out for the best. You want to say to yourself that Tank Davis should go up in here and have an absolute show. But at the same time, you tell yourself, Mario Barrios, if you see him fight, that this could be his moment in the sun. All right, so pretty much with that, we will be right back. And this is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. You guys go ahead and get yourself situated with hackclub.com. You guys can get yourself an order of $50 or better and get 10% off with the promo code that's in the show description. Once again, this is www.hackclub.com, where they got some of the drippiest hats in the industry. So you guys check them out. And you guys, once again, we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another, and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube. All right, we are back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper. And as you guys can see, Dodgers get swept in San Diego against the red hot Padres, who came into the series already winning, I think, 5 in a row. They wound up winning 3 in a row, so now they're looking pretty good right now. But the Dodgers, could have been better, but they know that as well too. But things happen. I mean, it's the season. It's early in the year too. This is something that would be brutal in September or May, October, November, but it's not brutal right now. The Dodgers can sit back and tell themselves that, you know what, we're good, but we're not that good at this time. At this time, hey, keep it real. The Padres are a much better team. But I think as the season progresses and things move forward, when it really counts, the Dodgers will be right there and be giving San Diego the same fits that San Diego has given them over the last 3 series that they've had with them as well, too. The Dodgers won the first series pretty easily. But now they walk into today at the Ravine going against the Cubbies. The Cubbies coming over to LA today to play against the Dodgers, and they'll be here for the whole weekend, to be exact. So you got Walker Buehler coming in here 7-0, 2.38 ERA. You got Davies, who's 4-4 on the year, 4.66 ERA. Dodgers will be a heavy favorite in this game as well, too. Please do expect that. But you know what? At the end of the day, the Dodgers do want to get that gunk up out their eyes, man, where, pretty much they got whooped by a rival, and games were very close, except for game 1. But the last 2 games were super close, and the Dodgers, got to get that hitting together, because honestly, they only combined for 7 runs throughout this 3-game series in San Diego as well, too. Giving up 14 runs in the process. So, all in all, the Dodgers got to be better, and they know that too. And we all know that eventually, the blue storm is coming, but it's just when. I think the Dodgers, as I keep telling Mike, are a July and August team where they're going to be really, really good in those 2 months leading into September and leading into the playoffs as well, too. So the Dodgers got to go ahead and get back on the right track tonight, and we will see how it goes, see how it shakes out with them tonight, and we move forward to our best games of the day, which will be a part of the Primetime Big Six. All right, up first, we got the Orioles and the Jays. The Orioles and the Jays coming into this one. This should be a good game. We got the Orioles. Orioles, they're not playing great baseball right now, but they're trying. They're trying. So at the end of the day, you got to give them a little bit of a look. But I think all in all, though, this team is very, very. This team has issues. At the end of the day, they're not very good. And, they're coming in here with a very good record, but not very good record, but they're coming in here with not the worst record in baseball, but it's close to it. You got the Blue Jays, though, who are a much better team. They're playing some really good baseball at this point. A lot of people can get behind the Blue Jays, to be honest with you. You got K on the mound for the Blue Jays today. This one should be good for them, because they got a pitcher that's decent, going against Creamer, who hasn't done much this year. So, everything does point towards a Blue Jays victory today, but we will see how it shakes out, see how it goes, because this is a divisional game as well, too. All right, then you got the Astros and the Tigers. The Astros and the Tigers Tigers coming into this game, they're not playing good baseball, but you know one thing though, the Tigers always play the Astros very well. They played the Astros very early in the season, and they did what they had to do in that game. They went ahead and they did what they had to do in that series period. They actually swept the Astros in that series, you know, to just remind you. Now the Astros come to their house, and they still have that same confidence because they figured out a lot of things with the Astros over the last few years, to be exact. They've been giving the Astros a lot of fits over the last few seasons. So, you know, when you look at the way that this game sets up, you say to yourself, well, it should be a good little Astros run, because the Astros have been good the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've been killing the game. But they had a little bit of a struggle against Baltimore coming in their previous game, but I don't think that'll show up tonight. You know, you got Cisnero, who's going to be on the mound for the Tigers tonight. Cisnero should be decent. You know, well, he's the setup man. I'm so sorry, but Cisnero should be a factor in this game. But you got Jose Urena starting today, so this is going to be kind of tough because Jose Urena has been a bad pitcher for a long time. I don't even know how he got a job in Detroit, but still, the guy's working. You know what I mean? And it's going to be tough. But if they can outlast Luis Garcia, they can have a good chance of winning this game. All Urena has to do is not give up a lot of runs and hope for a lot of run support from his guys today. And I think he might be due, because a lot of people are going to not bet Urena today simply because Urena is not that good, you know, but it's the Tigers, and the Tigers may have a shot. The Tigers have the Astros number. So, you know, you throwing out the bad pitcher, you got a team's number. You know, sometimes you just got to gamble. It is what it is. All right, we move on to another good divisional game here. It's going to be the Nats and the Marlins. The Nats and the Marlins. Both these teams are kind of in flux a little bit, as I would like to say. You know, they're not doing much really, you know, when it comes to trying to win a pennant or anything, but they are decent. You know what I mean? It's a decent game, you know, for bettors. That's what I would say. That's why it's up here, you know. So you see Marlins and Red. So you see the Marlins and the Nats. And I favor the Nats in this game a little bit more. Marlins been struggling a lot. And, you know, pretty much this game could be a lot better, you know. Both teams can be a lot better. But we got Joe Ross on the mound, who's a very good, who is one of the top prospects for this team. And I think that a lot of people will probably, you know, gravitate to that because they can trust him. Then you got Cody Petit, who's 2-2 on the year, 3.90 ERA, and has pretty much 8.5 strikeouts for every 9 innings. So the guy can pitch. He's very good, and we'll see how it goes. He got 6 starts on the season, and he got off to a bad start, but he has a 1.06 ERA in his last 3 starts. So this game is really kind of even. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. But Nats, Marlins, this should be a good one. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we got a battle of first place between the Red Sox and the Rays. The Red Sox and the Rays. All right, so Boston coming here as a dog once again. The Rays coming in here, a nice little favorite value though. They're not a favorite. That's just a overdo it favorite. You know what I mean? Where they're minus 200 or something. They're minus 135 in this game. We look at this. Last night's game was another doozy, but the Red Sox did end a seven game skid last night, and they absolutely destroyed the Red Sox yesterday, beating them 8-2. So tonight they come back around and they finish up the series. They're trying to salvage some things here as well too. They're trying to keep close to Boston. So we're going to see how this one goes. This is going to be another really good game tonight. So you guys make sure to tune in for it and make sure to put your good bets on it as well too. All right, now we got the Indians at the Twins. This is another divisional game right here. You got an Indians team sending Juan Mihai out there while you got Jose Barrios pitching for the Twins. So this game right here winds up being a game where I think the first one to get some runs, you will be the team that wins this game at the end of the day. I think that pretty much when you look at both matchups, you have yourself two teams that are going in two different directions. The Indians are trying to stay afloat, stay right there in the race with the White Sox for the Central. Then you have a Twins team that's just is going to be a while, but they'll probably be a better team at the end of the year. But things aren't working their way right now. Now JC Mija has is 1-2 on the year, 6.11 ERA, and has 4 starts with 3 relief appearances. So Mija is making his 4th start on the road, and he's entered there. He was in the rotation earlier in the month, but he did not have a good game against the Pirates last time out. So hopefully he can get it back together and get things where he wants it to be. You have Jose Barrios, who's probably the brightest spot on the Twins right now, who has 3.56 ERA and 7-2 on the year. Now the Twins have won their last. The last 7 starts up under him as well too. His last 7 starts. So and when he played against the Indians last time, he allowed 2 earned runs and 5 hits with 1 walk and 5 2/3 and a 5-3 loss at Cleveland. So Cleveland knows him well, and he knows them well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. It should be a really, really, really good game. All right, we end up with the Pirates and the Cardinals, another divisional game. All divisional games today, huh? So pretty much you got the Pirates and the Cardinals locking it up. And the Pirates are trying to prove to everybody that they're no slouch, okay? They're not a team that's laying down just like the Diamondbacks. This team has some fight. I saw it the other night against the White Sox. I really, truly appreciated it, seeing the Pirates play the way that they did. Now, the Cardinals, on the other hand, coming to the series, and they're 36-38. They're a middling team at this moment. They're trying to gain some traction so then they can win this division, because the division is still kind of open in a sense. But being 36-38 is tough because you got the Brewers in front of you, you got the Cubs in front of you. So when we get down to it, what Cardinals team are we going to get in the second half of the year? But from what I can see, you got Chad Kuhl on the mound for the Pirates, and he's 1-4, 5.66 ERA on the year. And then he's allowed 3 or more runs in 5 of his 8 starts as well too. So he's coming off his best game though. He went ahead and went out there, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 4 Ks, and 6 innings pitched against the Indians. Carlos Martinez, once the most heralded prospect that the Cardinals have in the pitching rotation, comes back around, and he has not looked that good this year. He has 6.62 ERA, 6.2, and then also he took a loss in his first 4 starts and has an ERA of 15.34 in this stretch as well too. The Cardinals are 4-9 on the mound with him on the mound. So this just goes to show you that this team has the opportunity today to actually get a good win. So there it is. There it is for my MLB preview. And you guys go ahead and check out Paramount Plus, absolute gem of a streaming app. You guys can get all the good Paramount content. You guys can get all the fun movies as well too. So you guys go ahead and take your time and get yourself checked on in, and we'll go see from there. So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day, and this is going to be Paramount Plus. So you guys go ahead and give them a looky-loo, and we'll be right back to you in a moment with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper.
The Vigit app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Vigit is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Vigit.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
All right, we are back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live. Let's go ahead and get to the NBA preview for tonight. All right, you got the Suns at the Clippers tonight. It's game 3 of the series as well, too. You got the Suns up 2-0 in the series as well. Suns tonight are at minus 115 and a slight favorite of minus 1.5 tonight. The Clippers are minus 105, over under 221.5. Now, Kawhi Leonard has been ruled out, and I think that CP3 is going to be a game-time decision. If he's not available for this game, he'll definitely be available for game 4. And it looks like Kawhi, they're going to go ahead and they're going to think about it just a little bit to see exactly where the Clippers are at and see if they can bring him back. Because I'm thinking like this: if the Clippers win tonight, most likely he'll be back. If the Clippers lose tonight, most likely he won't be back. So pretty much that's what we're banking on. But this game is much better than it looks on the surface. I know a lot of people are already handing the Suns the series, thinking that the Suns have already won the series, but this is the most dangerous team in basketball right now, the LA Clippers, because they refuse to die. The Clippers went 0-2 in both series, and you know what? They didn't even blink. So pretty much don't go over there getting yourself too excited already, because this Clipper team will snatch your heart out, and that's what it came down to. So all in all, what looks like it's going to be a damn good game tonight. I cannot wait to watch this game as well, too. I told you guys my Vegas situation when I was watching the game the other night on Tuesday. So pretty much tonight, what I like tonight is, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to be really friendly because it's kind of been a struggling month, but you know what? It happens. It's a sports betting. But all in all, I think tonight we get an over tonight. So 221.5. Let's see how it shakes out. Let's see how it goes. We got the Suns and the Clippers tonight on ESPN going at it to get to the Western Conference Finals. The Clippers try to get themselves back in the series with a home win tonight at Staples Center. All right, so we move on to the primetime pick 6. And the primetime pick 6, we got the Orioles at plus 1.5. Then we got the Tigers. I know I'm tripping, but they my dog of the day, plus 195. Then we got the under 9 with the Red Sox and the Rays. And then we got the 1.5 with the Nats. And then we have the over 9 with the Indians and the Twins. And we finish off everything with the Cardinals, minus 160 with the 78-1 ticket. Hopefully this one can go ahead and cash out and make you have a very fun weekend. So there it is with that right there. And pretty much, man, that's going to be a wrap on the show today as well, too. But before that, you guys go to YouWager, where you guys can bet where the world bets at. You guys can use the promo code VSXPOP. So once again, this is going to be YouWager. You guys go ahead and get yourself situated, and you guys will have yourself in tune, in line with having yourself a nice little come up where you put up your money, say $300. They go ahead and match the deposit with a $100 free play. Now your sports betting journey begins. All because you use the promo code VSXPOP. So you guys check out YouWager, where the world bets at. All right, so you know what? There it is. And I know my shows are a little bit shorter when it's just me, but you know what? All in all, we talked some great topics today and everything like that. Tomorrow I will be back. I'll try to have us a guest here tomorrow as well, too, so we can get some second opinions. All right. So pretty much I really do thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, as I always say, bet with your head, not with your heart. If you got a hunch, bet a bunch. You already know what it is, man. It's the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And this is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live. And I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.